In this video, I'm breaking down exactly how I lost my monetization almost instantly, and more importantly, exact step-by-step fix back for into Twitter forever.
5 years. That's how long it took to build this brotherhood. Thousands of hours of editing, late night uploads from deployment, and a community that depends on us. But it only took 90 seconds for it all to vanish. I didn't click or win a free iPhone link. I didn't have a weak password. I'm a veteran. I understand security. Or I thought I did. Most of you watching this right now are one professional email away from losing your livelihood. Today, I'm showing you the anatomy of a digital ambush and the exact blueprint you need to ensure your channel survives the night. It started like any other Tuesday. An email hit my inbox from a senior talent scout at Shure. You know the brand, every creator wants their gear. The grammar was perfect. The PDF attachment was a standard non-disclosure agreement. It felt like the level up I'd been working toward. In our niche, we're taught to spot a threat from a mile away. But these guys, they don't wear balaclavas. They wear corporate logos. The moment I opened that contract.sc, our file, the clock started. Scammers aren't looking for your password anymore. They're looking for your session token. It's the digital cookie that tells Google you're already logged in. If they steal that, they don't need your 2FA. They are already you. Here's where they get the pros. They'll ask you to verify your traffic via a third-party portal to calculate your rate. It looks like a standard Google sign-in prompt. Most creators think if it's a Google API, it's safe. Wrong. It's a session hijacking. By clicking that button, you aren't just showing them your stats, you are handing them the keys to the armory while the guards are on lunch break. Within 90 seconds, they had changed my recovery phone number to a VOA burner in Eastern Europe. My backup email? Gone. My 2FA? Deactivated. I was locked out of my own house while they started burning the furniture. This happens to you. The next 48 hours are the only thing that matters. This is the hidden window. Most people panic. They scream into the void of Google's automated support. Let me tell you something. The loop of doom is real. Google's bots don't care about your feelings. You need two things right now before you get hit. First, your channel ID, not your custom URL, but the long string of gibberish in your About section. Second,
your AdSense ID.
Without these, you can't prove you're the owner. It's like trying to get back onto base without an ID card or a manifest. If you don't have these saved in a physical notebook right now, you are building on sand. So how do you fight back? Phase 1, go to X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. It is the only place where Team YouTube is forced to act like humans because the world is watching. Phase 2,
harden the target.
Clicked into rugged laptop, handwritten ledger placed into fireproof safe, door thud.
Stop using SMS for 2FA. SIM sock ping is a joke to these people.
Use a physical hardware key, a YubiKey. If it's not physically plugged into the machine, no one gets in, period. And for the love of the mission, create a burner business email. Never use your primary channel login email for public inquiries. If they don't know the email address you use to log in, they can't even begin to kick the door down. A hack is a hit to your livelihood, but it's not the end of your story. In the military, we say, complacency kills. In the creator world, complacency deletes. We built this channel to serve those who served. We provide resources, we share the truth, and we help feed our veterans. A digital thief can take my uploads, but they can't take this community. The mission, every sub to this channel helps us grow our reach to provide meals and resources for veterans in need. Hit that subscribe button, not just for the content, but to protect the mission. Engagement question. I want to hear from you. Have you ever received a brand deal or a weird link that felt just a little too good to be true? Describe it in the comments. Your story might be the warning another creator needs to stay online. Stay vocal.
Stay secure. out.
There's a quiet purge happening right now, and most creators won't realize it until their revenue flatlines. Not because their content is bad, because it's too easy.
And the worst part?
The videos getting hit aren't the lazy ones. They're the ones that automated. Stay with me, because the fix isn't what you think. It's not better scripts. It's not better AI. It's something hiding in your B-roll. There's this growing anxiety creators aren't really talking about openly. You hit publish. Everything looks clean, polished, even cinematic. And then the reach just stalls. No warning, no strike, just silence. And people blame the algorithm like it's some random storm. But it's not random. What's actually happening is far more mechanical and honestly, a bit ruthless. Platforms don't just reward good content anymore. They're filtering out what an AI-generated B-roll. That's becoming the easiest signal to detect, especially if you're trying to hit 4,000 watch hours or scale monetization. This is where channels quietly die, not with a bang, but with. Here's the misconception that's costing people money. They think AI content is the problem.
It's not.
Low effort are the problem. I've seen channels with fully AI-assisted workflow scale just fine, while others using the same tools get buried. The difference, one feels like a human crafted it, the other feels like it was assembled. And platforms are getting very, very good at telling the difference. This is where most advice online completely misses the mark. They tell you to avoid AI. That's outdated thinking. The real game is, how do you make AI invisible inside human intent? Let me paint you a pattern I've seen over and over. A creator uploads a video, great script, solid pacing, but uses long, untouched AI clips as background.
At first, it works.
Then gradually, retention dips at the same exact moments every time those clips appear. Why? Because the brain recognizes repetition faster than we think. It doesn't say, this is AI. It says, this isn't changing. And the moment nothing changes, attention leaves. On the flip side, I've seen smaller creators, almost invisible channels, suddenly spike in watch time. Same niches, same topics, but their B-roll feels alive, even when it's AI assisted. That's the clue most people miss. Here's what's actually happening behind the scenes. Modern detection systems aren't just scanning for AI. They're tracking engagement behavior tied to visual patterns. Think about it. If a clip runs too long without change, it becomes what I call visual wallpaper. Your brain stops processing it as new information. Now stack that across thousands of videos using similar AI assets, you get pattern recognition at scale. And that's where flags start forming, not as punishment, but as deprioritization. Same with mismatched energy. If your voice is fast, but your visuals are slow, the brain feels friction, not consciously, but enough to click away. Then there's context disconnect, say revenue, show a forest. That half-second confusion, that's a retention leak. Multiply that across your video, and suddenly your watch time collapses. This isn't about creativity. It's about cognitive flow. So here's the shift that changes everything. You don't avoid AI B-roll. This is the loophole, because platforms aren't just analyzing source material, they're analyzing thee. And when you add your own digital handprint, the file becomes unique. That means subtle zooms every 2-3 seconds, micropans, texture, overlay, sound design, color grading. Suddenly, that same AI clip is no longer generic. This is where most creators hesitate. They think this requires high effort. It doesn't. It requires intention. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's make this practical. First, kill the 10-second clip habit. If nothing changes in 3 seconds, your viewer is already halfway out.
Second, match your energy.
If you're explaining something technical, slow it down visually. If you're hyping something up, your cut should move with you. Third, Anchor your visuals to your words, not loosely.
Precisely. If you say growth, show it.
Or show a metaphor that's instantly understood.
Fourth, never leave B-roll silent.
Even subtle ambient sound makes a clip feel real. Without it, everything feels synthetic. And finally, never upload raw AI output. Always alter it, even slightly, because that tiny difference is the line between flagged and favored. Looking ahead, this only gets stricter, not because platforms hate AI, but because they prioritize effort signals. And effort is no longer about how long something takes to make. It's about how distinct it feels. The safest creators moving forward, they won't be the ones avoiding AI. They'll be the ones using it quietly while amplifying their human touch. That's the balance. That's the edge. So if your retention has been dropping during B-roll, now you know why. And more importantly, you know how to fix it. The real question is this: are you going to keep uploading content that blends in, or start creating videos that the system can't ignore? Because right now, the gap between those two is widening fast. And the creators who understand this early, they're not just staying monetized, they're taking over. Now, if you're serious about scaling your watch time and staying ahead of these shifts, make sure you're not missing what comes next.
You followed every rule, checked every box, and uploaded with military consistency. You mastered SEO, stuck to your niche, and did everything the experts said. Yet your analytics remain flat, no growth, no new subscribers. The truth? The algorithm isn't ignoring you. It simply doesn't understand you. YouTube's system can't connect your content to the right audience if it can't interpret what you're about. Growth isn't about hacks or loopholes. It's about clarity. You must learn to speak the algorithm's language so it can finally find your audience. Today, we'll pull back the curtain and reveal how YouTube's discovery engine really works. We're not chasing shortcuts. We're aligning with the system itself. Once you communicate your value clearly, the algorithm can do its job. Many disciplined creators, especially those from structured backgrounds, expect effort to equal results. But YouTube doesn't reward hard work alone. It rewards clarity. If the system can't answer, who are you? Who is this for? Why does it matter? It does nothing. Your videos get buried, and the silence becomes personal. Doubt creeps in, and talented creators walk away, not from lack of skill, but from feeling invisible. The real defeat isn't poor content, it's poor interpretation. You're broadcasting, but the system's tuned to a different frequency. The emotional toll is real, but the problem is strategic, not personal. Fix the interpretation and you break the silence. Discipline is your superpower, but if you're following the wrong map, you'll never reach your destination. YouTube isn't a meritocracy, it's an interpretive engine. Hard work creates the signal, but mixed messages create noise. The algorithm seeks a clear, unified identity, not just keywords or titles. Without clarity, your content is lost in the crowd. The system wants to know, who is this for? What do they want? Why should they care? Ambiguity is punished with invisibility. Give the algorithm clear instructions and it will finally notice you. The silent misclassification zone is where good content goes unseen. Imagine your videos as brilliant tools in unmarked boxes, lost in a warehouse. If the algorithm can't label your content, it won't recommend it. You're doing everything right, except defining your channel's purpose. The system can't test you with the right audience if it doesn't know who that is. Poorly matched viewers lead to bad signals, confirming the algorithm's doubts. Your channel becomes a ship without a flag, adrift and ignored. The tragedy isn't your effort, it's the system's inability to interpret your value. The algorithm isn't a judge. It's a risk-averse machine. Its goal maximize viewer satisfaction by showing predictable, safe content. If it can't confidently match your video to an audience, it buries it. Ambiguity equals risk, so your channel gets minimal exposure. This creates a feedback loop: misunderstood content, low views, reinforced neglect. You internalize the silence, doubting your worth. But you're not being punished, you're simply undefined. The drawer labeled unclear is never opened. Define your channel and you give the system a reason to care. For years, creators followed the keyword-centric approach, treating keywords as coordinates on a map, hoping to be found by the algorithm. But today, relying on keywords is like navigating a modern city with an ancient map. YouTube has evolved into a dynamic, predictive ecosystem focused on audience retention, not just search. If your strategy hasn't changed, you're being left behind. Keywords are just whispers. What truly drives discovery on YouTube now are satisfaction signals, real viewer behaviors that can't be faked. YouTube watches how people respond to your content, not just what you say it's about. The algorithm tracks clicks, session time, binge watching, and engagement. YouTube promotes viewer behavior patterns, not just videos. Focus on creating satisfying experiences that keep viewers watching and engaging. A veteran creator with under 300 subscribers uploaded 5 related videos in 1 week, hoping for a breakthrough. Days passed with no change until a single non-subscribed viewer found one video, watched, and got their question answered. Instead of leaving, they explored the channel, watching more videos in a row. That one viewer's journey sent a powerful signal to the algorithm. This channel holds attention and satisfies curiosity. One 22-minute session quietly triggered the algorithm, giving it a new pattern to analyze. It noticed a viewer moving between videos, not randomly, but as a behavior. The system began suggesting video 3 to a small, similar audience, just a subtle test. Some ignored it, but a few clicked and repeated the pattern, strengthening the signal. Soon, suggested videos traffic appeared. Not a viral spike, but a steady, reliable trickle. The breakthrough for this small channel wasn't based on luck. It wasn't a random fluke or a viral moment that could never be replicated. It was the direct result of a strategic shift, whether the creator fully realized it at the time or not. The success came not because the 5 videos were individually perfect cinematic masterpieces. In fact, some of them were quite raw. The lighting wasn't always ideal, and the editing was simple. But they possessed something far more powerful than production value. They were connected. They formed a cohesive whole. They answered a series of related questions, creating a logical path for a curious viewer to follow. This is the fundamental lesson. The goal is not to create one perfect video that goes viral. The goal is to build a library of content so interconnected that it transforms a single click into an extended viewing session. The algorithm noticed this interconnectedness and rewarded it. The message it received was powerful. People don't just click this channel. They stay here. This signal of a long session duration is one of the most valuable currencies on YouTube. It tells the platform that your channel is a good place to send viewers because it helps YouTube achieve its own primary goal, keeping people on the platform longer. When you help YouTube, YouTube helps you. This marks the true turning point for any struggling channel. It's the moment you stop chasing the algorithm and start feeding it the signals it needs to understand you. It's the shift from trying to win the lottery with a single video to building a sustainable system for growth. The steady stream of suggested traffic that resulted from this strategy was more valuable than any viral spike. A viral hit often brings in a flighty, low-quality audience that doesn't stick around. but the audience being delivered by the suggested engine was highly qualified. They were being sent there because their past behavior indicated they were the perfect fit for the content. This is how you build a real community and a lasting channel. The growth wasn't explosive, but it was consistent. And in the long game of YouTube, consistency beats luck every single time. That slow, upward trending line in your analytics is the sign of a healthy, well-understood channel. It represents a partnership with the algorithm, not a battle against it. The creator had finally escaped the silent misclassification zone. He had done it not by shouting louder, but by giving the system a clearer, more compelling story to tell on his behalf. A story told not through keywords, but through the deliberate journey of his viewers. When you upload a video, you're not just adding to a library. Your video becomes a test subject in a massive experiment. The algorithm quickly shows it to a small, carefully chosen group, often not your subscribers, to see if it truly engages viewers. Your video's future depends on this first test. If it passes, it grows. If not, it fades away. Understanding this process is key to making your content succeed. The algorithm's first guess about who should see your content isn't random. It's based on clues from your title, description, tags, transcript, and thumbnail. For established focused channels, this guess is accurate. But for new or unfocused channels, it's a gamble, often leading to poor targeting and stalled growth. Your job is to make the algorithm's guess easy through clear, consistent metadata and focused topics, so your videos reach the right audience from the start. When your video is shown to its first viewers, the algorithm watches closely. If they engage, the video expands to more people, like a snowball rolling downhill. But if they ignore or leave quickly, the experiment ends. No warning, no alert, just digital silence. The system moves on. The battle for discovery is won before you upload, during preparation. Build a rock-solid metadata foundation. Set clear channel keywords, define your core identity, and choose 3 to 5 pillars that represent your mission. These aren't just tags, they declare your territory to YouTube. Consistent metadata and a clear value proposition teach the algorithm who you are, turning your channel into a known, defined entity. A single video is a whisper. It's a single data point that can easily be lost in the noise or dismissed as an anomaly. A single upload is a test, but it's a test on the algorithm's terms, not yours. To truly seize the initiative and escape the silent misclassification zone, you must change the very nature of the experiment. You need to move from launching a single bullet to launching a coordinated barrage. This is the 5-video launch doctrine. Instead of releasing one video and hoping for the best, you prepare and launch a tight cluster of 5 related videos in a short period, such as 1 per day for a week. This strategy is not about overwhelming your audience. It's about overwhelming the algorithm with positive signals. By launching 5 videos in a cluster, you are sending an undeniable message to the system. This channel has depth. This is not a one-off piece of content. This is a serious operation. It immediately proves that you have a body of work, a curriculum for viewers to engage with. This simple act transforms your channel from a single data point into a data set. You are giving the algorithm a rich, interconnected web of content to analyze right from the start, making its job of understanding you exponentially easier. Simultaneously, you are sending a powerful signal to the viewers themselves. When a new viewer discovers one of your 5 videos and sees that there are 4 other closely related videos available, it changes their psychology. They are no longer just sampling a single piece of content. They are looking at a potential resource, a library they can explore. You are telling them, there's more where this came from. This immediately increases the likelihood of a multi-video viewing session. It creates the exact behavior pattern the algorithm is designed to reward viewers who click, stay, and binge. You are intentionally designing the path for them to follow. The 5-video launch isn't just for new channels. It can be used to reset or redefine an existing flatlined channel. It acts as a powerful reboot, giving the algorithm a massive influx of new, coherent data to overwrite its previous confused understanding of your channel. Each video in the cluster should be a self-contained piece of value, but should also hint at or directly reference the others. Link them in your descriptions, mention them in your outros, and create a playlist. You are building the connective tissue that turns individual videos into a session-extending machine, forcing the algorithm to see you not as a risk, but as a valuable asset for holding audience attention. The first upload puts you on the map, but real growth comes from discipline and iteration, making 100 videos, each a bit better than the last. Don't chase perfection. Improve one thing each time: your hook, your audio, your thumbnail. After 100 iterations, you'll be a stronger creator, and the algorithm will notice your progress. That's how you build momentum. After all the analysis and strategies, here's the truth. The algorithm is not your enemy. It's an interpreter, translating viewer behavior into a map of satisfaction. If your signal is unclear, the system is simply confused, not judging your worth. Stop seeing YouTube as a stage. See it as a communication system you must master. When you clarify your signal, the algorithm becomes your ally, finding the viewers waiting for your message. It's time to fix the signal.
Imagine waking up, reaching for your phone, and seeing an email that says your highest performing video is gone. Not demonetized, not age restricted, deleted permanently, no strike, no warning, no appeal that actually explains anything. And here's the part nobody talks about. You can follow every rule and still lose everything because of one word. Stay with me, because I'm going to show you the exact mistake that triggered it and the email that proved it. We've been told that if we follow YouTube's community guidelines, we're safe. No harmful content, no illegal activity, no misleading claims. Simple, right? Except that's not how the system actually works anymore, because enforcement isn't just about what your video is. It's about how your video is interpreted. And that interpretation is happening at scales through automated systems that don't understand context the way humans do. So now the real risk isn't breaking the rules. It's accidentally triggering them. That's exactly what happened here. A creator uploads a simple tutorial, something millions of people search for every day, completely legitimate, no malicious intent. But the algorithm saw something else. It flagged the video under harmful and dangerous content, specifically tied to illegal activity. And just like that, it was gone. But the reason why it got flagged is where this gets dangerous. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most creators think violations happen because someone did something obviously wrong. But increasingly, that's not the case. The system doesn't evaluate your intent. It evaluates signals, words, phrases, patterns. Even combinations of harmless terms can look suspicious when stripped of context. So when people say, just follow the rules, they're giving advice that's incomplete, because you can be compliant and still be flagged. And honestly, I've seen this creeping in for a while now. Videos that teach explain or compare tools, especially anything related to access, security, or workarounds, are being scanned differently. Not because they're wrong, but because they sound like something else. And that brings us to the exact trigger that caused this deletion. So here's what actually happened. The video was a tutorial explaining an alternative way to access an account feature.
Something similar to how major platforms offer multiple login options. Nothing illegal, nothing hidden, nothing deceptive.
But the phrasing told a different story. Certain keywords combined in the title and description mirrored language often associated with bypassing systems or unauthorized access. And that's all it took. The algorithm didn't see a tutorial, it saw a pattern. And patterns don't get the benefit of the doubt. What's even more frustrating is that this kind of content exists everywhere on the platform. But enforcement isn't perfectly consistent. It's probabilistic, which means sometimes you're just the one that gets caught in the net. I've had moments where I rewrote a title 5 times, not because it sounded better, but because I knew one version might survive longer than the others. That's the game now. But here's where things shift from fear to control. Let's break this down like insiders do. YouTube system operates on layered detection. First layer, keyword, scanning second layer, contextual probability, third layer, risk categorization. If your content triggers enough signals across those layers, it doesn't matter if you're technically compliant. You become a risk, and platforms don't optimize for fairness. They optimize for safety at scale, meaning they would rather remove 10 safe videos than miss one genuinely harmful one.
So when your title includes phrases that overlap with restricted topics, even unintentionally, you're entering a gray zone. And gray zones are where automation makes aggressive decisions. That's the mechanism most creators never see. And once you understand it, you stop writing content for humans alone.
You start writing for interpretation systems. But what do you do with this? You don't panic, you adapt. Because this isn't about avoiding topics. It's about controlling framing. The smartest creators are already shifting how they package information. Instead of saying exactly what something is, they describe what it does safely. Instead of triggering keywords, they guide curiosity. You're not removing clarity, you're removing risk signals. That's a huge difference. And here's the hidden advantage. When you learn to communicate without relying on obvious trigger words, your content actually becomes more intriguing, more clickable, more watchable, because curiosity beats bluntness. Now, let me give you a framework you can actually use. Here's a simple system I've been using and refining. Step 1, identify risk words before publishing. Scan your title like an algorithm would. Ask, does this phrase exist in a completely different, more dangerous context? If yes, rewrite. Step 2, replace direct triggers with neutral framing instead of naming the action explicitly. Frame the outcome or benefit. Same meaning, lower risk. Step 3, separate keywords strategically. Sometimes it's not the word, it's the combination. Spacing out phrasing between title, description, and spoken content can reduce pattern detection. Step 4, preview interpretation. Read your title out of context. If someone saw it alone, could it be misunderstood? If yes, adjust. It's not about censoring yourself. It's about translating your intent into something systems won't misread. Looking ahead, this isn't going away. If anything, systems will become more sensitive, more predictive, more automated. So the creators who survive and grow won't just be rule followers. They'll be interpretation aware. They'll understand how platforms think, how risk is calculated, how content is categorized before a human ever sees it. And they'll build workflows around that knowledge. That's how you protect your channel, not by playing it safe, but by playing it smart. Remember that email I mentioned at the beginning, the one that explained everything? It didn't point to the video itself. It pointed to how the content was interpreted. And one specific phrase in the title was enough to tip the scale. That's the mistake. Not breaking the rules, but accidentally sounding like you did. If this helped you see the platform differently, subscribe, because every new subscriber helps us support and feed our veterans. And I want to ask you something. Have you ever had a video underperform or get flagged and you still don't know why? Drop it in the comments. I read more of them than you think, because sometimes the difference between growth and loss is just one word you didn't realize mattered. Imagine waking up, reaching for your phone, and seeing an email that says your highest performing video is gone. Not demonetized, not age restricted, deleted permanently, no strike, no warning. No appeal that actually explains anything. And here's the part nobody talks about. You can follow every rule and still lose everything because of one word. Stay with me, because I'm going to show you the exact mistake that triggered it and the email that proved it. We've been told that if we follow YouTube's community guidelines, we're safe. No harmful content, no illegal activity, no misleading claims. Simple, right? Except that's not how the system actually works anymore. Because enforcement isn't just about what your video is, it's about how your video is interpreted. And that interpretation, it's happening at scale through automated systems that don't understand context the way humans do. So now the real risk isn't breaking the rules, it's accidentally triggering them. That's exactly what happened here. A creator uploads a simple tutorial, something millions of people search for every day. Completely legitimate, no malicious intent. But the algorithm saw something else. It flagged the video under harmful and dangerous content, specifically tied to illegal activity. And just like that, it was gone. But the reason why it got flagged is where this gets dangerous. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most creators think violations happen because someone did something obviously wrong. But increasingly, that's not the case. The system doesn't evaluate your intent. It evaluates signals, words, phrases, patterns. Even combinations of harmless terms can look suspicious when stripped of context. So when people say, just follow the rules, they're giving advice that's incomplete, because you can be compliant and still be flagged. And honestly, I've seen this creeping in for a while now. Videos that teach, explain, or compare tools, especially anything related to access, security, or workarounds, are being scanned differently. Not because they're wrong, but because they sound like something else. And that brings us to the exact trigger that caused this deletion. So here's what actually happened. The video was a tutorial explaining an alternative way to access an account feature, something similar to how major platforms offer multiple login options. Nothing illegal, nothing hidden, nothing deceptive. But the phrasing told a different story. Certain keywords, combined in the title and description, mirrored language often associated with bypassing systems or unauthorized access. And that's all it took. The algorithm didn't see a tutorial, it saw a pattern. And patterns don't get the benefit of the doubt. What's even more frustrating is that this kind of content exists everywhere on the platform. But enforcement isn't perfectly consistent, it's probabilistic, which means sometimes you're just the one that gets caught in the net. I've had moments where I rewrote a title 5 times, not because it sounded better, but because I knew one version might survive longer than the others. That's the game now. But here's where things shift from fear to control. Let's break this down like insiders do. YouTube system operates on layer detection. First layer, keyword scanning. Second layer, contextual probability. Third layer, risk categorization. If your content triggers enough signals across those layers, it doesn't matter if you're technically compliant. You become a risk. And platforms don't optimize for fairness. They optimize for safety at scale, meaning they would rather remove 10 safe videos than miss one genuinely harmful one. So when your title includes phrases that overlap with restricted topics, even unintentionally, you're entering a gray zone. And gray zones are where automation makes aggressive decisions. That's the mechanism most creators never see. And once you understand it, you stop writing content for humans alone. You start writing for interpretation systems. So what do you do with this? You don't panic, you adapt. Because this isn't about avoiding topics. It's about controlling framing. The smartest creators are already shifting how they package information. Instead of saying exactly what something is, they describe what it does safely. Instead of triggering keywords, they guide curiosity. You're not removing clarity. You're removing risk signals. That's a huge difference.
And here's the hidden advantage.
When you learn to communicate without relying on obvious trigger words, your content actually becomes more intriguing, more clickable, more watchable, because curiosity beats bluntness. Now, let me give you a framework you can actually use. Here's a simple system I've been using and refining. Step 1, identify risk words before publishing. Scan your title like an algorithm would. Ask, does this phrase exist in a completely different, more dangerous context? If yes, rewrite. Step 2, replace direct triggers with neutral framing instead of naming the action explicitly. Frame the outcome or benefit. Same meaning, lower risk. Step 3, separate keywords strategically. Sometimes it's not the word, it's the combination. Spacing out phrasing between title, description, and spoken content can reduce pattern detection. Step 4, preview interpretation. Read your title out of context. If someone saw it alone, could it be misunderstood? If yes, adjust. It's not about censoring yourself. It's about translating your intent into something systems won't misread. Looking ahead, this isn't going away. If anything, systems will become more sensitive, more predictive, more automated, so the creators who survive and grow won't just be rule followers. They'll be interpretation aware. They'll understand how platforms think, how risk is calculated, how content is categorized before a human ever sees it. And they'll build workflows around that knowledge. That's how you protect your channel, not by playing it safe, but by playing it smart. Remember that email I mentioned at the beginning, the one that explained everything? It didn't point to the video itself. It pointed to how the content was interpreted. And one specific phrase in the title was enough to tip the scale. That's the mistake. Not breaking the rules, but accidentally sounding like you did. If this helped you see the platform differently, subscribe, because every new subscriber helps us support and feed our veterans. And I want to ask you something. Have you ever had a video underperform or get flagged and you still don't know why? Drop it in the comments. I read more of them than you think, because sometimes the difference between growth and loss is just one word you didn't realize mattered.
Most creators think their live streams underperform because of the algorithm. That's not it. It's precision and leverage. Today, I'll give you the payoff first hook system to make the algorithm care. Before you go live, during, after, promise something in your title, promise something in your thumbnail, deliver it in the first 60 seconds, not how to grow your channel. Try. Why 90% of live streams fail. Fix this before you go live. Higher stakes, clearer outcome. Schedule your stream 24 to 72 hours early, not just to give YouTube time, but to train data, early impressions, early CTR. Tell viewers to hit notify me. Those people are high retention viewers who show up and stay. Pre-hype with a conversion goal. Don't post I'm going live. No, say comment live and I'll remind you. Or notifications on. I'm answering subscriber questions only. That creates commitment, raises show-up rate, and warms your audience for better retention. Start with payoff, not pleasantries. I open with, most creators think live stream watch hours don't count. Here's the data that proves they do. Instant open loop. Now they need the why. Use strategic interaction prompts on a loop. Low effort. Type yes. Opinion. Myth or real? Personal. How many subs are you at? This compounds chat velocity and watch time because people invest. Pattern interrupts with intent. Slight camera zoom on key points. Whisper the controversial take. Ramp energy for the reveal. Don't switch randomly. Switch when attention dips or you hit a milestone insight. Drop micro hooks every 2 to 3 minutes. In a minute, I'll show you the mistake that quietly kills most streams. You're constantly resetting attention so viewers don't drift. After the stream is where growth compounds. If CTR is soft, swap title, thumbnail. Version 1 is a test. Version 2 is optimization. Many videos take off after the change. Turn moments into clips that create curiosity, not closure. Example, this is why your live stream gets 0 viewers. Link back for the answer. Use comments as a ranking amplifier. Pin a question. Be in the comments for the first 1 to 3 hours. CTR gets you in. Retention keeps you in. Engagement amplifies you. Live chat keeps people watching, increases session time, and brings them back. I'll build you a plug-and-play script template or a repeatable checklist. Comment template or checklist, and I'll send it. Let's make the algorithm care before you even hit go live.